Well, good morning. Welcome to Rooted and Relevant on this absolutely gorgeous morning, at least here in South Florida. And I don't know that I miss any of that northern weather, but I'm sure for those of you that are getting excited about the deer hunting season that is right around the corner for gun season, at least in Michigan, you're all excited about a little cooler weather. It gets those deer moving and all kinds of activity, but I don't know that I miss it. I have to admit, I love sitting out here in a polo and shorts and just enjoying an absolutely clear day that is perfect weather. And so I'm appreciating what God has given to us here. I trust you're appreciating what God has given to you there, for he's the author of all the weather. Let me just say, as we conclude Ecclesiastes, that God says here to respect him, uses the word fear or stand in awe of him, respect him for who he is and what he's like and what he has designed. Um, it says, fear God, keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. And I'm going to read verses 9 through the end of the chapter, and really it concludes with what is the job of the preacher? What is the responsibility of the person who is declaring the truth of God? And some of the importance in preaching is not just assimilating and dissimulating information accurately, but it is that has an aspect of motivating. It has an aspect of convincing people of truth. And so it's different from teaching. Preaching has an element of convincing people or bringing them to a decision regarding the truth. And so when we stop and we think about God and his marvelous design that he's stewarding through us, his plan is to give us responsibility to steward what he has designed in a way that brings glory to the design and the designer. And when I think back, there's a couple of things that really bug me in life. One of them is busy work. In other words, I didn't like busy work in school where I felt like the teacher, instead of teaching, just wanted to pass the time by giving us work to do. I am for homework. I am for seat work to reinforce the teaching. In other words, to monitor, are they actually grasping what it is that I'm teaching? So I'm not against homework. I'm not against seat work. I am against busy work. And there is a difference where you're just given something to fill a time period that really is totally unnecessary. The other thing that bugs me are rules for rule's sake. In other words, things that really are unnecessary, but somebody wants control or somebody wants to have say so, or they fear something that's not legit, so they make a rule regarding it. Well, can I say that when we come to God, it is very important for us to realize God never gives us busy work, and God never gives us commandments that are not necessary, that do not help fulfill the design or help us steward the responsibility. The commandments that God has given to us, the rules that he's put in place, are for our good and his glory. And so when I read this last part, I think it's important for us to realize that the preacher has come to the conclusion, and that is this: we approach life realizing that God is not just giving us busy work to do while we're here because he's afraid we'll waste time. He's afraid that we'll not be productive. That's not God. And he doesn't make commands that don't have a legitimate purpose inside of his design. And so here's what the preacher said. And moreover, because the preacher was wise, he still taught the people knowledge. Yea, he gave good heed and sought out and set in order many proverbs. In other words, the preacher was very careful to motivate them with truth. The preacher sought to find out acceptable words, and that which was written was upright, even words of truth. The words of the wise are as goads, and as nails fastened by the masters of assemblies, which are given from one shepherd. In other words, preaching goads, or it motivates people to action, but it also, preaching includes a security. The nails that secure when you're making something and holds it in place. Preaching is motivating people to action and convincing them that there is security that is provided by that truth. He says, and further, by these, my son, be admonished. Of making many books there is no end, and much study is a weariness to the flesh. In other words, if you're just trying to enhance yourself, if you're just trying to put yourself on display, if you're just trying to improve yourself, just remember, you're just going to wear out, because it's not going to produce. So let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God, respect him, give him his rightful honor, and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Why? For God shall bring every work into judgment, with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. The idea of, is it going to stand the test of appropriate stewardship, or is it going to be proven to be selfish? Is it going to be worth something in eternity, or is it going to be worthless? God is going to teach us that, you know what, we're here for a short time to embrace what it is he has given to us, to enjoy it, to fulfill it, to allow God to be glorified in it. Don't take what God has given to us and be selfish with it. It won't work, and it won't matter in the end. What really lasts is respecting God for who he is and honoring him in how we embrace completely, wholeheartedly, the program he has designed for each of us. And this is the book of Ecclesiastes. I hope you have a great day today. I hope that you have a renewed sense of appreciation that God has given you another day. There are opportunities that lie within this day, and he wants us to be faithful in it. So he's given to us the Holy Spirit of God to empower us and help us. I trust that we'll each enjoy that process today. God bless you. I hope you have a great day. I'll look forward to seeing you again next week.